where do you start if you're a pharmacist and you want to affect change locally, whether it's in your region, your area, your district, whatever? Where do you start? Is it approaching your state legislators? Let's talk state, I guess. And
Yeah,
what are those conversations like? How do you even have those initial conversations?
that's a great question. So I think one, you need to really, every pharmacist should be involved with their state pharmacy association. They are, the power with the advocacy that you have at the state level is significant. And I think a lot of times pharmacists don't realize what their associations are doing for them. So I'm a huge advocate for the state pharmacy associations. And I think through that, you also they're able to support you to be able to be engaged and be an advocate for what your needs are related to connecting with legislators. So I think a lot of people have this, they think legislators you can't get to them or they won't talk to you.
Right.
And they do. They want to talk to you. They were elected to represent you, regardless if you voted for them or not. They're there to represent you. And so, if you are not engaged with them, they don't know what your issues are. They could be a school teacher. They could be an attorney. They could be, non-healthcare provider. So they're not an expert in healthcare. They don't know what pharmacists do. And so I think of just they're an everyday person. Mm-hmm. So don't be afraid to reach out, approach them, walk into their office, and have a conversation. That's what they're there for.
Yeah. It also sounds like be prepared to educate too.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Early on at Pioneer, we talked to a U.S. senator. I won't name them, but I was shocked at how little they knew about healthcare. You kind of think about, it's in the news all the time, but it's such a small piece of what they do that it was like, we have to start at the very beginning. We can't even talk about the thing we wanted to talk about because you don't understand the concepts that come prior to that.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. 100%. And so it's even from a local level, but also from a congressional level. The accessibility of your senators, your 2 state senators, and your representative from a congressional perspective, you need to make sure you have a relationship with them and they're kind of creating you're their go-to, right? On questions about pharmacy. And I think that's really what the state associations do as well. They have those relationships. They have, I think that another very important relationship is with your governor. And so as we saw or have seen, even with the pandemic, related to the decisions that our governors have had to make from a state level are significant. And I know I just talked to an association state exec yesterday who was talking with the governor just yesterday to make sure that the pharmacists had the authority of what they needed to do from a regulatory perspective to provide the COVID vaccine when it comes available. So that's what they're doing. And there is also government affairs committees and committees you can get involved in with your state association, where collectively you can work on issues or bring an issue forward that may not be recognized, but needs to be addressed.